Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Maya and I make completely random videos on the internet. In today's video, we're going to be making some goal punch cards. I actually saw this idea from Pinterest and I thought this was the coolest thing ever. So I wanted to show you guys how I made my version of it and why I decided to make them. So if you're interested in setting some goals and going forward with your bigger goals through smaller goals, then this video is for you. Now you're probably wondering, what are goal punch cards? Well, basically they're a personal size or card size little punch card that allows you to show momentum of whatever goal you're trying to achieve. I decided to do this for smaller goals because smaller goals are easier to do. For example, this is one of mine and I did no phone for the first 30 minutes of the day. Something I'm trying to accomplish that will overall appeal to my bigger goal. But that is how I would define the small term goal cards. Now, if you're looking for examples of what are some smaller goals that you could add to your card if you don't have a general idea already, here are some ideas. Let me get my list because I have a grand list that I wrote out for you guys. So we have reading X amount of numbers of books by a certain timeline or just in general. For every book you have, that's how many of these little punch pieces you'll put. No phone for the first 30 minutes of the day. Writing every day if you're a writer or if you just want to implement writing more. You can do that as a small time goal as well. A YouTube video count. I actually have that one myself. So in the month of August, I just want to make sure I'm putting at least 4 videos out so I can stay consistent. But of course, I do want them to be of quality. So that's why I only have 4. Another one is meditation for X numbers of minutes in a week. So say if you're like, I want to practice more mindfulness by just being like, okay, I'm going to meditate for 5 minutes once a week. Exercising, if there's a certain amount of days you want to exercise or a certain amount of minutes you want to exercise. Following a specific routine. If you're trying to build a routine of like maybe your morning or your night routine, you can add that to your punch card. Practicing gratitude, showing more gratitude for life or whatever it is that you want to show gratitude for. Drinking more water, calling friends and family, date nights, no spend days, and reducing debt. By reducing debt, I mean like smaller debt or even bigger debt, but you have it in smaller increments. Those were some examples of some things you could put on your punch card if you're going to make this as well. Let's get into why I decided to make this card and why I do think it's quite beneficial. For one, the dopamine hits that it offers. It's kind of like when you're scrolling through social media for a couple minutes and you're trying to get like a little bit of a dopamine hit. It gives you that, but 10 times more because you actually are doing something that goes towards leveling up in a way. Even if you just check off one of them, it feels so good. It feels like, oh my goodness, it feels good. It really does feel good. Number 2, it really does go towards your bigger goal. If you have a bigger goal that feels unattainable, this allows it to feel attainable because you're making the small steps with these little cards that push you closer to the bigger goal. I've been making the progress and it feels good that I've been making this progress. So now I want to keep going. Number 3, if you want, you can have it rewarded as well. I don't, only because the act of doing it feels like a reward. Being able to punch the hole that I did the thing makes me feel really good. You do want to have a reward after you complete the whole thing. You can do that as well. It's like, okay, my favorite coffee shop is down the street. I haven't had it in so long. I can reward myself with my favorite coffee because I did the thing. So those are the reasons that I think that you should implement goal cards. Plus they look so cute. I mean, when you customize them to the way you want, look how cute that is. And you can really put them in your wallet so they could travel with you anywhere you want to go. Now let's get into how to make your own. Realistically, you'll just need cardstock paper, preferably 11 by 8. This is just a piece of it. Like letter size paper basically. If you want to make it rounded, then you can get this rounded edge cutter, scissors, and then a hole punch. And also Canva so you can create the actual punch card as well. Or if you use Adobe, you can also use Adobe as well. But I ended up using Canva because the template was already there. In Canva, you want to search punch card templates. And through this, you will get a large variety of different templates that are offered. I chose the free one because I don't have Canva Pro, so I just chose the first one and completely changed the whole design. That's the best thing about being creative, is you can make it however you want. After you choose your design, this is when you're going to really go in and put your own tweaks to it, make it cute, add elements that are free because I know most people don't have Canva Pro. Really make it feel personal to yourself so it makes you actually want to commit to doing it. That's why I made mine very cutesy, where I did like this little rainbow effect on my phones. So it looks physically appealing. Give yourself some motivation on the card. When I did this one, I wrote, did you implement something new? It kind of makes me question like, oh, did I implement something new in the first 30 minutes of me waking up? Maybe I read, maybe I did a routine, like my morning routine. At the end over here, I wrote, you did it, you did it, you accomplished the thing. You should feel really good about that. Small wins are big wins. And down here, I wrote, you got this, So it feels motivating, it feels good. You're being kind to yourself, and that is very important when you are doing any goal, to be honest. This is the step where you want to be super creative, super kind, and motivating. Now, after you finish completely making the card, now is when we will actually format it to print. I ended up using the app Pages on my iPad, and on here I just scaled it to the print size I needed it to be. I said this backwards, so I'm doing a voice recording, but I did 3.50 inches in length and 2 inches in width. Size of a typical card, like a debit card or a credit card. I would scale it to that size, so print it out and cut it out to that size. After you cut it out and you have your cute little punch card, that is it. Now it's actually time to take these steps to make this possible. One thing I've been really trying to lean into is more mindful, more in the moment living, and I feel like this makes that very doable, especially when bigger goals do seem in a different mindset of you have to be so far in advance. But with these little cards, it makes you feel that you can just be in the moment and actually make it your life right now. And this craft was so fun and easy to do, and I love how it really makes me adopt a more positive mindset towards my goals and overall life in general. It makes me feel very like I got this nice dopamine hit outside of things like social media or anything of a sort that isn't too good. That is all for this video. I hope that this was informative and that through this that you guys can also implement more intentional goals through your life that feel accessible to do. Now my question to you, as we went on through some of these goals, have you thought of any goals that you'd want to add to your punch card? Let me know down below because I actually do want to know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.